Some people say that the universe uh, is alive. And then there are people, physicists, people of great intellectual renown, that would make a distinction between the universe itself and then life emerging from the universe. And to that, I would have to respond that it's not the case that the universe is inert and that from it comes life. Because if that is the case, then the obligation becomes to find the demarcation point between that which is not alive and that which is. And that has never been proven for as long as we have searched, for as long as there's been interest in finding out what the meaning of life is. There's never been anywhere that you could point to. This is the spot where life starts, and this is and what's inanimate starts. Like it's right in there. To be fair, we are that middle point, right? Of what is, stone and wood and inert stuff, and that which is alive and yet made from the same stuff. So there is a boundary of interaction, let's say, that which is inanimate can only keep its shape, can only decide that it will be what it is. So a stone wants to just keep itself as a stone. It chooses to be what it is. And what happens, happens. And then you get to more layers of complexity where things can move, things can accept what is beneficial to them and reject what is harmful to them, extract what is good and release what is waste, right? And then there's a higher evolution of complexity in which the material substance is now able to somehow move within the environment and extend itself to areas where it perceives there is sustenance, where there is good. Now, keeping in mind the fact that it's not just about achieving a goal, because that's how we see it. When something is alive, it feels good. And in being alive, you want to extract the good, the pleasure, the delight, the joy. That's what makes life the wonderful thing that it is. And when a human being makes their calculation, what will I do? I have this situation going on in front of me. I have this sort of material stuff in my possession. I have so many different options, maybe limited, whatever options I have that I can choose. How will I arrange the environment I have around me into a situation where I can derive some pleasure, some delight, some comfort, a feeling of good, right? This is what life wants. Pleasure and delight. Because life exists for its own sake. And life wants to expand because that is its nature. Like fire. It wants to expand and glow and shine. But instead of consuming, life does this by producing. And when a human being is able to familiarize oneself with the attitude of deriving energy, deriving power from producing, if you can just somehow find and click that little key, that's where you get power from production. And it's hard to explain. It's a feeling inside you. It's a place within you where you feel your consciousness with what you have. You go, oh, I do really well here. I need to do this. And I'm going to keep doing it because this is my wheelhouse. This is where I live. This is where Everything is sweet to me. That's why everyone wants to make money. That's why everyone wants to be rich, because they want life to be sweet. Everyone who desires money, what do they want? They're not bad people. They just want to be the one who's the beneficent giver, right? Papa, can I have? Here it is. Baby, can you give me? Boom, here it is. Could we go to? Let's go. Because that's what every man wants, is to be a hero. And that doesn't come from a selfish, self-centered place. It is self-serving in a sense that the desire to achieve it makes one feel good, but the nature of it comes from this very universe. It is constantly expanding, producing. Particles appear from nowhere, and they fuse, and they increase in complexity, and you have material constructs such as this, which are vessels of consciousness. We perceive what is happening around us, and the very thing that creates us, we live within. And we want to emulate that by being givers, by being producers. By when someone says, can I please? Here it is. Because your good nature wants to amplify and be a giver. And that also drives human beings to do things that are most unfortunate. Consider that in our life, right now, forgetting history, the wealthiest people in the world right now come from our society. And I mean the United States by that. They have achieved such great levels of wealth that it allows them to have power. So that this person who is so wealthy with so much resources that other people depend on, he can say, you get me some coffee, and they'll go get it. You guys, this is my idea. Figure out how to get it done and build it. Move along. And he can do that. And after a while of tasting that, a person then begins to feel inflated, and then the cruelty shines, because it's so much more fun to be cruel. You get so much pleasure for yourself when you are cruel, and you see that you can stomp on another. It inflates the ego. It gives the self a sense of great importance. So that begins to happen. That's what's happening now.